I mean, I wonder what to make of the match that we just saw. 2-2 draw between Arsenal and Liverpool, at Arsenal's home ground. And this match, in large part, Liverpool was second best on many occasions for prolonged periods, and among a number of the players. Liverpool did start well. They were on the ball. They were trying to make things happen. But Arsenal also, they started equally well. And Arsenal's first attack, within the first 10 minutes, and it was a goal. Long ball forward. And on this occasion, I feel like Robertson kind of showed his age a little bit, because that long ball forward for Saka to run onto, stride for stride, Robertson couldn't keep pace with Saka. Saka got the ball. Robertson couldn't get near him. Robertson tried to tackle, completely missed. Just kicked nothing but air, and it gave Saka, all that room, all that room in the penalty box to hit, a really fierce shot high into the net, and just like that, it was 1-0. Liverpool did respond quite quickly. Within the next 10 minutes, a corner came in, and Van Dijk with a header to make it 1-1. But thereafter, for most of that first half, very much in large parts, it was Arsenal being dominant. Arsenal, they kept possession. And in general, throughout the first half, I felt like Liverpool were simply second best in so many aspects. Liverpool couldn't match Arsenal in terms of their aggression, in terms of their physicality, pressing and hounding for the ball, the aggression to win the ball back, the strength required to hold on to possession. Liverpool, for whatever reason, it felt like they couldn't keep up. Then came Arsenal's second goal. It was a very smart free kick. Arsenal have been very good in set pieces this season, with their free kicks, with their corners. Very inventive, and very imaginative with the way they play their set pieces. And on this occasion, the defenders were sort of caught out. They didn't. Some of them weren't able to to pick up the player that they were supposed to marking closely enough. And in this situation, the free kick comes in. Marino, he gets what is pretty much a free header. Make it 2-1. So not just the fact that that Arsenal led 2-1 at halftime, but watching that first half again, I mentioned that Liverpool was second best in so many areas. I mentioned Robertson showing his age a little bit in this match when up against Saka. I mentioned not stride for stride, not being able to keep pace with Saka. And when Saka had the ball, Robertson had an almost impossible time trying to win the ball off him. It took sometimes 2-on-1, 3-on-1, to try and stop the attack from that right side. And I think another player worth pointing out here would be Curtis Jones. Last week he did very well in terms of contributing to the win against Chelsea, winning the penalty, then scoring the winner in the second half. But in today's match, Jones was painfully invisible. It was, all too often, it was very easy to forget that he was playing in this match. That is how anonymous he felt in this first half. And Liverpool's midfield, were at times just being overrun, suffocated, and they couldn't get grips with the match. And and McAllister as well. A number of times, McAllister, he has the makings of a very, very combative, very tenacious midfielder. The number of times, throughout the matches where, if there is a 50-50, there's a ball to be won, there's a second ball to be challenged for, he'll be there, to fight for it. But even he, on this occasion, on a number of times, he was also losing 50-50s, and there was that moment where where Saka just pretty much ran rings around him, and McAllister ended up getting booked for his attempt to for his attempted tackle. Well, it was basically a foul. Getting booked for that foul, which goes to show how much of a tough time he was having as well. The second half was much better. Liverpool managed to get more of a foothold in the match. They started to get more of the ball and getting into more dangerous areas, making good situations. Of course, Arsenal's defense. First is that Saliba is suspended for this match. So that was one cornerstone of their defense already unavailable in this match. Then Gabriel went down with an injury early in the second half as well. So so Arsenal had to play most of that second half without the two best centre backs. If that happens to any team, it's always gonna be tough for them. But even so, when Liverpool had the ball for prolonged periods, and they were trying to build attacks slowly, trying to play some passing combinations here and there, Arsenal defended very well. They had numbers back. They kept compact. They kept their shape. They didn't allow anyone behind. And they didn't allow anything truly dangerous to build up or manifest. Which then makes it quite apropos that Liverpool's late equalizer came from a very simple, very quick, very direct pass from back to front. Trent with the ball, one long ball forward. Núñez used his pace, to run beyond the defense line, run beyond the defenders and get to the ball. Salah was right there, running with him, matching for pace as well. And the moment Salah saw Núñez get the ball, and run down that right channel, Salah then made, that inward run towards the middle, towards the center of the box, in anticipation, for a cutback from Núñez. And when you give Salah that much time, that much space, and that much net, he's not going to miss. And he didn't miss. And just like that, it was 2-2. And in a way, it's kind of funny, as I mentioned, for all of that possession and slow, steady build up that Liverpool tried in that second half, it was a very simple, straightforward, direct move like this that paid dividends. And sometimes you just need something like this, because however the build-up is, whether it's something simple or something complicated, a goal is still a goal. It still counts as one goal. You don't get fancy bonus points, for fancy looking goals. Now, although Liverpool played better in the second half, compared to the first, I do still feel like overall Arsenal were the better team, overall in this match. I think Liverpool have, kinda, sort of got away with one, in terms of being able to finish this match with a draw and to get a point. Now for me, from my perspective, I do feel kind of disappointed and kind of meh that Liverpool didn't win this match. Well, the same can be said for any match that Liverpool doesn't win. But watching this match, it was always quite difficult, to see or visualize where or how Liverpool could win this. Simply because of just how dominant Arsenal were in this match, both in terms of their technicality, the ability to keep the ball, their physicality, fighting for 50-50s, fighting for second balls. But it's okay. A draw is not the end of the world. It's just disappointing that this result means that Liverpool will finish the weekend second in the table instead of first. But it's still only been a quarter of the league season. There's still another 29 matches to play. So there's still plenty of football, plenty of the season to go. And at least, this match ticks off one of the toughest places that Liverpool will need to visit this season. And hopefully, for the coming matches ahead, Liverpool can get back to winning ways.